What's going on, guys? It is Friday the 14th. So halfway through, going through so stinking fast. Just can't believe we're already through April, halfway through April. By the time I turn around, it'll be done. We'll be in May, which sucks in our part of the world. I'm in Arizona. May is when all the cool days are gone. And there's what, 5-6 months of the year, just awesome. And then you get those 4 or 5 months freaking miserable. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get myself out of this place, go someplace else, go up north a lot, camp, that kind of thing during the summer, get away from the heat. What we got going on right now, it's been an interesting week. Had the CPI come out, had its effect. You have the producer price index came out, which interesting, that came out really, really low, saying the inflation, or at least the cost for production, has come down significantly, but it has not influenced our interest rates for the positive. It had some positive influence yesterday, but now today we've got Fed Governor Waller coming out, and he's saying stuff about how we should still be hiking because it really hasn't had that much effect. There's a lot of stuff going on there, swinging it back and forth. So it's having an effect on the charts. It's very, 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 very negative. Well, fairly negative. It's following that 200-day moving average. We'll get to that point. But ultimately, I mean, we're going to see these battles going back and forth. We're going to be, I think it's going to be a headwind for a very long time here. So like I was telling everybody, if you got a deal and you're looking at it and it's a great deal that's going to work for what you're going to do, it's something you continue to raise rents on, you can keep it reasonably rented, get it locked, quit trying to play the market, see what's going to happen. I don't know that our market's going to work anything in our favor. The main thing you've got to worry about all the time is who are you working with? We talk about that quite a bit. Who's the people that are on your team? Are they in it for themselves? Are they in it for you? Are they in it for the whole? I'm a big guy, big into stuff. I don't know. I've talked about this before, the Master Key System. If you haven't gotten that book, you should get that book. Go through that. It's a correspondence course created in 1910, How to Get Your Mind Right. One of the things it talks about in there, and I'm going to read from this real quick, says the trained mind knows that every transaction must benefit every person who is in any way connected with the transaction, and any attempt to profit by the weakness, ignorance, or necessity of another will inevitably operate to his disadvantage. So when somebody's trying to take advantage of you, put you in a position just so you can close, people selling the arms, it's going to bite them in the ass. I guarantee that. This is because the individual is part of the universal. A part cannot antagonize any other part, but on the contrary, the welfare of each part depends upon the recognition of the interest of the whole. So everybody's got to be working together. Everybody has to benefit. Man, there's people out there in the space that want everybody to pay them. Right? They want a piece from everybody. Well, I'm going to even talk about you. You got to pay me for that. I have a problem with that. There's lenders out there right now. It's illegal to do this crap, and they're still sliding money under the table for every deal. Where's it got to come from? It's got to come from you. They're taking from you to pay somebody else. In reality, everybody has to do their damn job. Focus on the job that you do, right? Whatever your part is in your part of the deal, focus there, be the best there is at it. Let other people do the best there is at it, and quit trying to take from them. What's really interesting, and this is not me spouting off because somebody came to me. I'm not dealing with that type of situation right now. I've weeded that kind of crap out of my life a long time ago. What I find is interesting is I had dealt with that in the past. I dealt with people like that before. And they were the type of individuals, they want you to be the fastest. They want you to be the most efficient. They want you to be the cheapest, but they want you to pay them too. How do you accomplish all that? It's not possible to get all that in one spot. So, and those are the ones I just stopped dealing with. So I couldn't freaking stand dealing with them anymore. They want all these other things, but they also want me to somehow figure out a way to create enough money, not pay for all those services they wanted, but then still pay them. So I haven't done business with people like that for a very long time. So it's kind of a nice thing. So for you, you want to find a group of people that you want to work with that's going to make sure that the whole benefits. Everybody has to benefit in the transaction, or nobody benefits. Because eventually the person who's seeking the benefit just themselves, nobody's going to work with that sumbitch. They'll never be that person. So let's get to the charts real quick. Let's take a look here. Now, I know I was talking before about the producer price index. That has improved. The one thing I'm kind of worried about here, they anticipate that to affect our price of goods. But we also know SkimpFlation has been a thing since COVID, right? Definitely something I noticed on the airlines. I'm still being charged a shit ton to sit in a first-class seat, but they're not giving you what they used to give you. They're starting to, but you get charged the same, but giving you less. I've also noticed that paper towels, right? I bought the blue paper towels. The blue paper towels were the big ones. I'm gonna actually stop share real quick here. I used to buy the blue shop towels, tons of them, pre-COVID, just something I had on auto order because I used them a ton in my shop. And it used to be pretty big rolls. After COVID, same price. Actually, it went up a little bit. The roll is smaller. Everything's shrinking. SkimpFlation. So the producer price index doesn't tell me that things are going to get that much cheaper, even though things got cheaper. They're like, people are used to paying a higher price. Let's just keep that as profit. So that's a possibility we're seeing out there. So I'm not sure how else is going to shake out to really benefit our economy and inflation as a whole, because those who have been having to cut their margins to try and stay in business, they may open their margins up, just not drop the price for everybody. So just know that could be a thing. Okay, back to the charts. All right, so getting back in here, we saw where we did see some benefits this week. And of course, the producer price index coming out yesterday was really, really good for inflation, which would help bonds. And we did see a positive move, but look today, because of Governor Waller and some other stuff that came out, pushed it back down. But I find it very interesting. We continue to follow that 200-day moving average down. As it goes down, rates go up, right? We've been saying, quoting Charlie Munger, that we could be seeing 40 years of increasing interest rates. This seems to pattern along that way. We get along with all these other moving averages that act as support for a little bit, then we break below it, and then we got to fight above these moving averages and these other ranges of support, these other technical lines, get above them. We can't break past these other really, really, really hard ceilings, and we get traded below it. And now we're still just fighting, following that 200-day moving average. Now, I know it's an average, right? It's 200 days. It's going to average along with it. It's going to move along with it. But look how long it took for us to catch it. Now, it has been one of our strongest ceilings to break through. So I think, unless we have some amazing, amazing news for inflation going way down, I can't say to their target, because we've never really been to their target rate. I talked briefly about how that target rate was created. It was just pulled out of their ass in a meeting. I'll probably even put something out directly about that, or you can go to that 115-page document and look. So their target rate, I can't say whether or not we'll ever hit that, or if, I don't know if we ever really have, right? Because they have manipulated the way they calculate that. But because of all the other stuff that's going on, I don't know if we'll ever get to that point where we're going to see these rates come down to, especially not down to the 5s and 4s and 3s that we saw for investors in these last few years. So lock what you can now. Always just secure it. Don't look back. Move forward. Keep building your investments. If you have questions about this, you're unsure about these things, contact myself, contact Scotty, contact Ellen, contact Carla, contact one of us on the team. We will sit down, see what we can do to guide you through stuff the best we can with just the experience we've seen of other people, how they've done their business, how they've grown it, and the mistakes they've made, so you don't make the same. Thanks, and we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.